And a heartfelt thank you to our four-time Masters champion, Mr. Arnold Palmer.
I'd like to think and truly believe that golf and golfers promote some sort of human values that symbolize so many Americans.
This morning, we are remembering Arnold Palmer, a man who was bigger than the game and whose lasting legacy in our community extended far beyond a golf course. Good morning. It's now 6 a.m. I'm Justin Mormith. Thanks for waking up with us.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Bridget has the morning off. Arnold Palmer, one of the greatest golfers of all time, has died at the age of 87.
But for so many fans of the man known simply as the King, he will be remembered for so much more than his contributions to the game. Palmer died yesterday afternoon in Pittsburgh, not far from his hometown of Latrobe. The CEO of Arnold Palmer Enterprises says Palmer suffered complications from heart problems.
Palmer's death comes just 6 months after his final appearance at the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill, where he presented the championship trophy to up-and-coming star Jason Day. And while Palmer may not have been the most successful golfer to ever play the game, his more than 50-year legacy is unmatched. News 6 anchor Matt Austin looks back at Palmer's life on the course.
It's not close. Arnold Palmer was golf's most important player ever. Born on September 10, 1929 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Palmer was destined to play. His father, Deacon, was the head pro and greenskeeper at Latrobe Country Club. He allowed his son to follow him around as he maintained the course. All that practice paid off. After a golf scholarship to Wake Forest and 3 years in the Coast Guard, Palmer won the U.S. Amateur in 1954 and turned pro. He won 7 majors, including the Masters 4 times. But it was his come-from-behind victory at the 1960 U.S. Open that sparked one of sport's greatest rivalries. Palmer made a furious charge from 7 strokes back on the final day to beat Jack Nicklaus by 2 shots. While Nicklaus would go on to be golf's greatest player, Palmer clearly was the most popular and influential. His combination of aggressive play and success on the course, coupled with his good looks and charisma, made Arnold Palmer the first sports superstar of the television age. People who did not care about golf cared about Palmer. When advertisers saw that, they wanted Palmer to pitch their products. Who can forget those Cadillac, Hertz, and Pennzoil commercials? Palmer opened the door for all athletes to capitalize on their success and popularity, and he remained a financial force up until his death. There are generations of people who never saw Arnold Palmer play golf, but know him by his famous blend of lemonade and iced tea. His career earnings on the PGA Tour, just over $2 million. In the last years of his life, he made more than 20 times that in business earnings and endorsements.
And we are just so lucky to live in a place where he was all the time, Bay Hill. So lucky. While Palmer's legacy on the golf course may be unmatched, it's his reputation as a humanitarian that touched countless lives. From his charities to the 2 hospitals that bear his name, perhaps nowhere felt the impact of Palmer's generosity more than Central Florida.
I don't like hospitals that smell like hospitals. I like them to smell clean and fresh. And when people come in, and babies particularly, and their mothers, I want them to feel like it's clean and it's something wholesome.
To Mr. Palmer, good was not good enough when it comes to his hospitals. They're world-class health facilities for families of Central Florida. Jamie Say joins us now. And Jamie, you've spoken with several families throughout the years helped by Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, that's right, Justin. Now, thousands of babies have been born healthy. Sick kids have been helped and lives have been saved thanks to Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children and Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies. Arnold Palmer stepped in the 1980s to help give Orlando the world-class health care that Central Florida families needed. The excellence he demanded from his hospitals has ultimately saved the lives of kids like Madeline Davis, the daughter of pro golfer Brian Davis.
When someone saves you, you know, it means everything.
Madeline, she's free and clear. She's great. We have no worries with her at all.
Madeline was born at Winnie Palmer 3 weeks early, not unusual for a woman having her 3rd child.
We didn't think anything was going to be wrong.
But Madeline struggled to breathe. Doctors tried to reassure Brian and Julie, and for a while things were okay.
I'd left the hospital about midnight because obviously I had to go home to the 2 boys.
And what was it like for you when you found out your little girl was in trouble?
When the phone rang, I automatically knew something was wrong. My wife was screaming down the phone. One of her lungs has collapsed, and you know, we don't know what's going to happen right now, but you need to get to hospital as soon as you can.
Doctors were able to stabilize Madeline, but the next day, the other lung collapsed.
Julie, those must have been the 2 longest days of your life.
Oh, awful, awful. You feel like, I felt like I was suffocating every day. I was just...
Julie began to breathe easier when her baby did. Now she's out there with older brothers Oliver and Henry, rolling around and laughing all the time. Henry's the reason why the Davises decided to move permanently to Orlando.
He had just a mild renal reflux.
Hey, Ollie, come here.
So he kept getting infections, which he had to keep going back and forth to the Arnold Palmer.
When I look back now, it was a defining moment in our life.
It was. Brian and Julie Davis told me that the hospitals are the reason why they moved to Orlando after that initial experience with their son. They say they're forever grateful to Mr. Palmer and his hospital staff. And that's why Brian has donated thousands of dollars to Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Justin.
Jamie, thanks so much. And as Jamie was saying, there are hundreds of people in Palmer's hospital, including his women's hospital named for his late wife and his children's hospital. We spoke with one woman who is forever grateful her son is being cared for right now.
Well, he meant a lot to the community because without him and his wife's contributions to the hospital itself and making it, I don't think that me or my son would have, my son wouldn't have been able to make it.
That mom says she's very sad, but very blessed for the lasting impact Palmer will have on children and moms in Central Florida forever. Mr. Palmer touched so many lives over the years, and this morning tributes to the late golfer are pouring in.
From Arnold's army to the president himself, thousands of fans are weighing in on the life of the golf legend. News 6 reporter Mark Lehman is live at Bay Hill Club and Lodge, which was owned by Palmer. Mark, the loss is definitely being felt there and around the world.
Yeah, some may be waking up to the news this morning, but throughout the morning, we've been seeing the incredible outpouring of condolences. So many people leaving kind words for the man they say was a legend both on and off the course. Known as one of the greatest golfers of all time, this morning the world is remembering Arnold Palmer as a true legend both on and off the course. Reaction to his passing being felt on social media with tweets from local leaders. Orange County Mayor Teresa Jacobs offering deepest condolences to the Palmer family and all who are grieving the loss of Arnold Palmer. Governor Rick Scott also weighing in, tweeting Arnold Palmer was one of the greatest golfers of all time and also dedicated his life to helping others. Our hearts go out to his loved ones. The impact of Palmer hitting especially hard in Central Florida, one of the places he called home. The Orlando Fire Department stating, "Rest in peace, Arnold Palmer. Thank you for all you have donated towards the Central Florida area." And the Orlando Magic calling Palmer a champion, legend, and a beloved member of the Central Florida community. The King will be dearly missed. Our thoughts are with his family. And he certainly will be missed here at Bay Hill. This is where the Arnold Palmer Invitational is held. In a statement this morning, Bay Hill Club and Lodge said, "We are saddened beyond words on the sudden passing of Arnold Palmer." They went on to thank everyone for all the kind words and condolences left and remembering, again, a true legend here in the world of golf, but also here throughout the Central Florida community. Justin and Kirsten.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mark. We are going to continue to remember the life of Arnold Palmer throughout the day here at News 6. For more on the go, you can always log on to our website at clickorlando.com.